Finding your passion is a great start, but it takes motivation to keep that hobby you love or that side business that you've started going strong. So to help, we're sharing the 20-minute morning routine every entrepreneur mom needs. It's the way food photographer, cookbook author, and all-around mompreneur Brooke Lark stays motivated. She's here to share her wisdom with us, and we're so grateful. In fact, we were just chatting. You started this group for self-made creative women.
Yes.
These are women who are maybe have a side hustle at home, or they're working from home. And why do you think it's so hard in that situation to stay motivated and to get up that mojo every day?
That's such a great question. I think it's because when you are in the same space that is your house and your kitchen and your childcare for your kids, it requires like an internal shift to make that space be something different for an entirely different purpose. Yeah. And that would be also working, right? Mm-hmm. And kind of creating that motivation and energy that you need to create to be kind of a different person, or a girl boss, or a mom boss.
Yeah. How did you stumble into this routine, or how was this developed for you?
Good question. Oh, you have the best questions.
Oh, stop some more. I want to know, teach me.
So it's been a long series of trying different things on over the last several years. But the thing that really made me decide that I needed to like create a template for a consistent day was when I started realizing that more often than not, I was waking up with what I call a case of the whooshies, where like you wake up and you're like, what am I doing? Or like, why am I doing this? Or maybe the imposter syndrome kicks in. And so I started paying really close attention to like, when do I find my flow? When do I feel the most powerful or the most capable? And what can I do to shortcut that process in the morning?
And get me there quicker.
And get going, right.
Get me to that groove.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than hitting that at like 11 p.m. and you've got to like go to bed. So it's like, how do we get that at like 8 a.m. or 6 a.m., you know?
And that's where this template comes in, and I'm so excited to get your take on this. So affirmation motivation is step one in this routine.
So very first thing in the day, we normally grab our phone, right? Like, no, I'm gonna check the Facebook. No, not allowed to touch the phone. The first thing that you're gonna do is use the power of words. And so you're instantly going to, we can call them affirmations. I have a vision board up that has like words that I pick, which are kind of my theme. And so we're just gonna like look at those words, say those words, and let those words kind of push us into that space of like the energy that you need to, feel strong and powerful, and instantly kind of abolish that imposter syndrome.
So we're thinking before we're doing, very first thing.
Yes, and there's actually a word that's called priming. So what we're gonna do is like use the words that help us get primed. So like my words this year are live a story. And so the first thing I do every morning is I wake up and I have a little poster and I'm like, live a story. And instantly that takes me from like feeling worried about like, what am I doing, or blah, and it helps me remember like, oh no, I have a purpose here, and I'm gonna stick myself right in the middle of that goal, and that starts now.
I love the idea of priming. That kind of, it's a good word to paint the picture, right? Set the canvas. We're priming our minds and our bodies, and then we move. There's motion involved.
Yes, so again, no phone, you're not allowed to touch it.
Okay.
You climb out of bed and you just immediately go into some sort of movement, because we're gonna get our blood flowing, and we're going to again remember that like we need to like take care of our body and our mind. So again, this is a little bit of focus. I always think that like a sunrise, salute the sunrise is nice. There are a lot of videos on YouTube, so you don't have to know how to do it.
Yoga.
Right. But even better than that, I found it's called the 5 Rites of Tibet. It's 2,500 years old. And so if something has been working for 2,500 years, it has to
They're onto something.
Exactly, right? And so what it is just 5 very simple things that essentially wake up every muscle in your body. And a lot of people have said like it can stop gray hairs. I don't know that that's scientifically real.
Well, now you're laying down the promise.
Right? But even more so, what it does is really just kind of get your blood moving and create clarity. So again, now we're primed, and now like everything is moving, and so you're kind of ready to, engage with a new energy level.
So you said a word that intrigued me, and that is clarity. How do you reach that clarity of mind? Because in the morning I start to flood over, right? With all the things that I have to do. Chocolate milk and sippies, diapers. I mean, it's all hitting you at once, it feels like, in the morning. So how do you reach that place of clarity?
Yeah, and I think that that's where the body movement comes in, is kind of detaching from your brain a little bit and letting your body wake up, so that when you kind of meet it, all of your flow is ready and high energy in order to kind of sort out the priorities and the non-priorities and decide, like, does chocolate milk need to happen before shower? You're ready to decide, you know?
Usually the answer is yes.
Yes.
According to my 2-year-old.
Always chocolate milk.
Always chocolate milk before anything else. Yeah, we like to joke we have a drinking problem at my house. It's all about chocolate milk, people. So that's where I like the word to flow. That's where the flow kind of takes over.
Yeah.
And you're able to then use that flow to insert yourself into your day.
Yeah, and I think that most creatives or work from home moms or, you know, work side hustle people, we all understand what it's like when you kind of get in that flow and you feel good and you feel excited and you believe in yourself. And so again, why wait until 11 p.m.? Let's shortcut that and get right there so that we can be kind of working in that high flow spot all day.
I love it. And it starts with those first 20 minutes in the morning. I'm motivated. This was helpful. Thank you so much. Where can we get more inspiration, ideas like this?
Yeah, so come on over to brookelark.com and I will give you motivation as well as, you know, sob stories, because it's not always perfect, but it is doable.
Right. I appreciate that motivation too. Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely.